there is no chance for Legacy whatsoever in this match.
There is a chance. There's absolutely a chance. I'm looking at a CT side. I'm looking at Axel has been struggling playing that A-bomb site, that Bathroom's position. You're talking about Boomich with the op, which I'm not really believing in. There is a chance, but Cloud9 are going to take it.
No chance.
No chance at all. We've heard that go to the wayside before. I'm wondering if it's going to happen again. Casters?
Well, Cloud9 weren't exactly left ecstatic after their debut here. They had to grind out the win there. On the other side of things, Legacy left flying high after a win over that Furious squad in OT. Right now, the pressure is on here on Overpass. The chance to be 2-0 up at the end of this. And for Cloud9, I am curious to see, Boomich is always saying they've been cooking. I want to see what they've been in the kitchen doing.
Yeah, serve up a plate. Give me the good stuff. Seasoned and sourced Legacy. They spot that long rush, and Latto has to go all the way back up. It's NEKIZ on a B rotation. Cloud9, they're going to get into the site, and Legacy are all going to be short side in the toilets. This is a very weird round already. Julie's cut down up close, but there's another pair. There's often two. There's often four. Barton makes it work. All the headshots, and it's only Boomich back at the bomb site. Barton ducked down low, and Boomich is not given that kill right now. He can't seek it out either. Bombs loose. 1v3. And Legacy,
See something.
yeah, he just wants a guaranteed kill. Not going to give it away. Legacy playing this very safe. Boomich can still hunt this frag, but they should swing if he dies. And he is patient, but unprovided with the kill. He's got to go seeking his fortunes, and Barton obliterates him.
That's crazy. That final shot out of Barton, a thing of beauty. I mean, the first three were pretty good as well. Hell of a pistol round there. Put forward from Barton and the Legacy crew, man. That's some real heat brought to the server immediately.
Yeah, I think this Legacy lineup is so interesting. Another Brazilian roster. We didn't expect to make such a run, but it's, the old formation of a Godsent squad who made it to a major. They were in Stockholm as well. They went out literally last place, but it was this core of Barton, Latto, Dumao playing under Taco instead, and now reunited with a different player from that legendary lineup in coldzera. So I think it's a very cool story. These were meant to be the next upcoming big Brazilian talents, and while they showed some face in that old Godsent team, they split up for the most part. Barton off to Redkin, it's Latin Dumao, 0-0 Nation. Now they're back together, and the results are there. And much like Imperial were moments ago, looking to make a double upset run to 2-0.
Well, this one should be nice and easy. That's looking to be the case. coldzera mopping them up over here in middle. Trying to farm up a bit of cash early on. And he's going to get all the gold. coldzera, 4 kills and lots of money made. So he's laughing all the way to the bank at the end of that one.
coldzera with a G.
There is this, this kind of prevalent theory that if you are around Fallen long enough, everyone just looks to become him. They just, everyone gets the IGL itch all of a sudden.
Yeah, I can see that.
We had that with Vinny earlier on. coldzera, Taco. Hell, Art even in his own team.
No, I'm OP. Nice start for Legacy. It's T-side overpass. I'll give that to Cloud9. Don't want to give them too many things here though, Harry. A team that have been under some of the most criticism in Counter-Strike right now for the way this super team have formed their roles. But the one thing that we do like is Boomich is leading. It has been exciting. The flash just avoided, but the spray is ugly. At least recovered for a kill. The AK is cycled out of there though. And yeah, the criticism for Cloud9, well, we'll have to see here in Copenhagen if it's well-founded or not, if they can make the run of dreams. Keep in mind how they got here, man. They took down Vitality in the RMR to make a quick run through. Ooh. A shot for Dumao. In that game as well, where they took down Vitality, Perfecto didn't get a single AWP kill. It was all Boomich. Because sometimes we see on map dependent like Mirage, Perfecto sometimes going to grab that AWP, but I think if someone is going to do it, I just want to see Boomich commit. Don't dilly-dally, don't flip-flop. It shows even less confidence, I think. If you're AWPing, then AWP. But here's all of this. Going for the boost up. Flick is nice. He's got a player trapped in the site. NEKIZ has dropped his gun, and HObbit just runs him down. They lost the bomb earlier in the round. Forget it, they are running their way into A.
coldzera hears those footsteps running away, but with the MP9, he's got to do wonders over here in middle. It's not helpful, but Cold still moves in. Cloud9 take the space. They've got all this control inside of the site now. Fast trap over towards long. coldzera's here pretty damn quickly. But they are anticipating this man in the back line. They might go hunting for Dumel. They try to run him down, and HObbit.
Okay.
I love that.
They said they were cooking, Harry.
It's coldzera left up in this one. Perfecto right here and ready to deal with him. Instead, it's the kill. Ooh, HObbit.
Oh.
Low on health, but Cold's low on time, and HObbit locks it in. Keeping up appearances is HObbit here. Had a great start to the day, and looks to keep the good times rolling in for Cloud9.
Just so important to start strong on T-side overpass, and you get, if you're not the pistol, your first gun round while they're still on bonus MP9s. And that's a very difficult round where Dumel's going to regret giving up the bomb, and NEKIZ is going to regret dropping his gun. A couple of crucial mistakes for Legacy, and they come back to bite. That's insane. We love to see it. Confidence out of Cloud9. And hey, 4 major winners on this roster. Damn well better be confident.
I have really enjoyed watching HObbit as of late. He's playing with a big degree of confidence, it feels like. I mean, considering he's not the default name you look to in this roster that was meant to be the start.
He was the next to get cut. That's what the layman was saying, right? Gone with HObbit, get in an AWP player. His major win was the longest to go. And Axels is still yet to be founded, a player we're waiting to return to form. If it could be here in Copenhagen, that could spell a great sign for Cloud9, who are trying to do a very difficult thing in performing consistently at tier 1 without a star AWP player. We haven't seen that since Liquid and Nitro, I don't think. Even then, he had his flashes.
Specifically on this map.
Yeah,
he loved an overpass.
I mean, who doesn't? Warp on overpass. Mwah. coldzera, show us why. Rotating down B, Cloud9 coming in.
Oh, Dumel.
That's a bomb.
That one is free.
Why's the bomb
I
there?
never knew about him. And him and Barton continue to find success. Electronic going to try and restore a bit of order here, but smoke in his way. And if he walks this, he's a dead man. Dumel gets that one for free.
That was a fake as well. They were going to go up con with 20 seconds. I mean, there was time if Axel made it through short, but that's very optimistic considering they were out monster. They didn't have short control, and they had con control. So they're like, yeah, Axel, just bring the bomb through connector. Like that's not a dry run strat. That's a mid round that has gone disastrously.
NEKIZ nearly lost his main gun again, but he was able to find it right near the end.
Someone unbind G.
Yeah.
Just use the E key. It works, right?
Oh, don't get me started.
Well, Legacy will take that. Confusion. Dumbfounded. But around, nonetheless.
Maybe something a little more up-tempo here for Cloud9 as they're fast grouped outside of B. No attention given to mid or connector. So they're looking for this short control, but on the jump check, NEKIZ has seen them moving out into short. Smoke blowing open as latto looks for a fight here. He was kind of the guy to keep an eye on alongside coldzera in that matchup earlier on versus Furia. Not given the chance to get involved early instead.
Oh, I love this.
Jumping MP9, let's go.
So accurate in the air. But Perfecto is holding with a scout. He sees him, he's out. Martin pushes off the back of that play, and Cloud9, last thing they're ready for, they're waiting for heads over the wall. That wallbang doesn't work, Electronic. They remove that. Cloud9 getting desperate. 40 seconds of the bomb coming back through spawn. spot.
Gonna get past the coldzera AWP, which is easier said than done.
The jumping double from Cold.
Well, he's gonna plant his feet firmly on the ground in this one.
How does he do it?
coldzera, there's the first. That AWP just goes through the motions, will give a little more control up as his teammates move in and look to silence Cloud9 on that attempt up into the A site. They don't even make a dent here. That one kill to latto is all they've got to go off of. So for Cloud9, it's back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I didn't see for sure, but it felt like Legacy blocked that smoke at stairs. Otherwise, it's an egregious miss, but it did seem a little out in front of Dumpster. Dumao's just able to stand here and just spray. His teammate was at truck, so maybe it was blocked. If not, Cloud9 back to boot camp because that's another round on the A site. 3 players in position. Nice kill for Cold. Disappears before the smoke blooms. And it's hard on a map like this. You don't want to sound the alarms too early because it's Overpass T-side and there's always going to be some teething issues rather. But it's a great start for Legacy. You can't deny that. They're playing with bravado. They're making plays. coldzera's 8-1. I'm not going to call anything too early, but the groundwork is there for Legacy.
Yeah, it certainly is. You know, and this is one where, like, even though Cloud9 have always looked to play it, the results, I mean, much like all of Cloud9's results, really are pretty hit and miss.
Sure. High highs, low lows.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this was one of the maps they were able to win over Vitality back at the RMR, but then, you know, they've had fall downs to teams that like a bit of Overpass squads, like Saw, for example. So, you know, it's hard to really find, like, the rhyme and reason. I feel like with Cloud9, it's very just dependent on how they're feeling on the day right now with this iteration of the squad.
Sure. They hear that. Got to watch out. Nade's out for latto. The Tech9 spams. HObbit somehow still standing and, in fact, doing more than that. Putting latto 6 feet under. It's got to be someone. It's got to be HObbit now in this round with an M4. Cold alone, calling for NEKIZ to rotate up, and Legacy make an aggressive mid-round move. But if they wrap T-spawn, that will take just too long. Time they don't have. Cloud9 are getting closer to the site.
It's re-aggro, along with coldzera, both of them moving up, and now he's seen a lot of bodies over here at short. Tries to get out of there, but it's just one. coldzera got to do the heavy lifting now. One off the AWP. Cold on a tear, and there's the rotate up from Barton, getting there just in time to bail out coldzera. Not that I think he needed it. He was absolutely destroying Cloud9.
That Tech9 was about to tear through the fourth. There was no doubt. 11-1 for coldzera, 2-time major winner. We have many in the server today. My, oh my. Great
11-1 on coldzera, man.
Yeah. Roll it back. Get that info off jump spots. Cloud9 uppity pace in the connector. Relatively little punishment from either team. Legacy play with a setup at long. Unorthodox, but still valid. It allows latto to essentially be anti-flash while still covering the toilets. Clear. Perfecto with a nice shot on that boost up. That's something Cloud9 need. Let's see what Boomich calls. 5-on-4, all the time in the world. Legacy are getting curious.
They're going to go into the man with the same kills as all of them combined. So let's see how that works out for them. coldzera on the line. The AWP delivers. One more man ready to trade this, but Axel doesn't realize it. He's actually getting baited into the double setup at long. He will clear latto out. And so Axel's finally on the board. 7 rounds in, he gets his first. coldzera is still hanging around up close, and on that flash pull, Cold looks to go for the throw. He locks Axel out of it. And so A is coldzera's domain. They are not getting in there. The answer has to be found down on this B site. Barton, low on health, 8-1 on the board. Great performance, but does he have the room to lock them out of this site? Might not matter. Dumao arrives just in time, and for HObbit, the kind of one guy that's done anything for Cloud9 thus far. This is a 1v3 that will not be easy. They're just flooding him immediately, trying to run him down in the site. HObbit, quick on his feet, a reposition around the pillar. And it's a 1v1, the two top performers, Cold versus HObbit. Time ticking off that bomb. coldzera drops on in. HObbit is fully repositioned out towards shore. And so the big question now, is Cold ready for this? Smoke in the way. HObbit misses that chance, but the time has gotten away from him. Cold can't win this anymore. He's going to run in, get on that bomb, but the spray from HObbit locks coldzera out of it. HObbit 1-on-3 to put a second on the board for Cloud9.
HObbit, the hero, man, and he puts him on his shoulders. This has been a guy to look out for in Cloud9 in very recent memory, and even today over ecstatic. Sick little clutch pulled out of nowhere. And Legacy might be put down to their knees after that one. Can Cloud9 build is the big question. Had quiet starts from everyone but HObbit. Playing with a little more intensity now, fast through the con or through the B short molly.
But, you know, I mean, even this now, right? It's fantastic that HObbit's able to offer up these rounds. It's just, you know, the criticism leveraged against Cloud9 is the lack of AWPers. What they do have is a fantastic team of riflers, and right now, none of them are arriving to the occasion with the exception of HObbit. It can't be a one-man army.
Well, how are their Mac 10s, how are their Tech 9s? Because, sure, they're in the site, but they have to hold on to it now with worse weaponry. The only benefit is look how far Legacy are away.
Yeah.
They might even throw in the towel.
Still paranoid about mid.
Cold basically can't play this retake. It's a 4v5. It might be a full save.
Unicorn round.
Hey, they're rare. They do exist, Harry. And it seems like no deaths. Legacy simply get out-positioned on an instant B execute. Good grenades for Cloud9 as well. They bounce double HEs, triple HEs even on the wood pillar. And so they know they can rush without having to clear certain positions. It makes a monster play easier. That's a round out of nowhere. It's a round where no one dies. A Legacy want to keep their economy in good standing. However, it might have opened the door for Cloud9, who after winning a round, still have Mac 10s and techs. Now they can upgrade.
Unfortunately for Cloud9, not every round can be won like that.
They do great, if so. And they all upgrade, so that's a bit of a disaster for Legacy because they would love to just get that instant reset. You don't get many chances to reset T economy, but that would have been one of them, winning a clutch. Oh, Ramboos is, so the molly is huge. Dumal still makes it relatively unscathed.
And he's here, like the mental timer for Cloud9's kind of thrown off, right? You mollied short, you wouldn't expect this. Axile certainly didn't. Just the one and done this time as Boomich also arrives on the board in round 9, gets his first. It's an important trade onto Dumao. He's 1 round from that exact position over on short before.
No way he's going through this smoke, right? That's very early in the round to make this play. It's just tucked up close as Cloud9 spam it. The bomb is resetting spawn. We've seen Legacy make nice mid-round moves for information. Let's see how they fare in this one. It's Latto connector. Still such a heavy B hold. They don't have any info on A. If Cloud9 went up long, if they ran it, they would get the plant. We've seen Cloud9 win rounds to pacifism from Legacy already. At a certain point, someone has to move, and it might be Latto coming up connector. Still nothing to be seen in middle.
Even this, though, it's a scary path to try and rotate, especially when you've got no info to what's happening up on this top site the entire time.
Yeah.
coldzera, come on. The game is calling you. You can feel it in the back of your head.
What a great call for Cloud9.
Latto gonna catch HObbit. All right, this has got a bit of intrigue. coldzera gets here just in time. Playing on the edge of the smoke around the molly. Ready to come through when Latto takes the contact. Cold attempts it. Tries to run down the bomb planter. Gets them off, but not quick enough. Not for long enough. The plant comes in. Cloud9 trying to stumble back into this game with 4. Latto has been a nuisance throughout the entire round, and he's not showing any signs of stopping. Latto Thus far, he's just kind of hit all these timings he's had to, but finally, one bridge too far.
It's not for them.
Barton takes down the first man. Boomich makes some noise over at long. He knows where he is, but got to deal with him quickly here because time is not on bar inside. He runs down the double long post plant, and so that one is recovered in the 1v2.
Boomich plays it as well as he can. He calls the bluff on the stick, thinking this young player, this inexperienced player, he's not going to do it. And he's right, but the fight comes through for Barton, and somehow Cloud9 don't close that round. Despite the positional advantages, the late rotates, latto certainly makes it easier finding HObbit in middle. But my, oh my, felt like that was a round for Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's one where, because we said this earlier on, it's like if you paused at like the midpoint of that round in the 4v4 when Cloud9 are all the way down long and everyone else is in mid or B for Legacy, you would have been like, yeah, they win that round. Every time they win that round. So that's actually insane that Legacy battle back in, and it all comes from latto over in mid. If he doesn't get those kills, that round is a non-starter.
Electronic, he's having a bit of a mare today, isn't he? He was really slow to start in that ecstatic game as well. Right here, his team were putting a lot of pressure on the B players so he could go for a pick, and just nothing. Ugly spray. Barton 11-2. Like, that's a, you know, sure, lack of experience. Only one major for 3 of these players. But at the same time, they are, you know, meant to be the next big thing, or they have been for a while. Very strong, individually capable players on Legacy. So don't be surprised to see latto and Barton popping off. They're doing their best right now. NEKIZ has to concede the site. It's going to be another retake for Legacy.
Oh, backstab for coldzera. Just fantastic to see him looking like this. I mean, he showed it off already in the Furia game, but to keep it going here versus Cloud9 is a real treat. 5v3 in the retake, and Cloud9 are so claustrophobic. They are boxed into the site here. One kill out of latto, that's going to start to send them in. Flashes wreck Perfecto. Boomich can't hold on, and Perfecto locked out of it. Beautiful. Legacy stick the landing on a retake without losing a single player.
5v3, and they still slow it right down, but just enough to get all the util in, to wait out the Cloud9 dumps of smokes, and then to, you know, have Cole just locking them in with an AWP on the flank. He's not playing actively. He knows that Cloud9 can't come back to him. They're scared of that AWP. And for good reason, because coldzera is playing a phenomenal game right now. I don't think he's missed a shot. I haven't seen him miss a shot with the AWP. He's been in the perfect positions, with the exception of one round. He has looked rock solid, 14-3. Barton right behind, and Legacy lead in the front. And now they're playing with confidence.
The HObbit one-man army, it doesn't work. It was a fellowship that got the ring to Mordor, a fellowship of 9, may I remind you, a Cloud9. And right now, it's just HObbit.
Oh, that's ugly. That felt like it needed to be more, with guns now dropped available to Cloud9. But wait, they swapped in the smoke? Dumao is right behind. This shouldn't matter. HObbit getting this timing doesn't do anything for Cloud9, but it certainly does for Dumao, who hears every footstep back.
They've got no idea. How could he even be here? They say to themselves, trigger discipline works wonders. One more man right around the corner. Axile will at least deal with Dumao in the backlines. A 2-on-3, is that enough of a chance here for Cloud9? They've dealt with the danger man, but now they've got to follow through.
It's just a disaster. Like you said, felt like there was no gap. HObbit was connected. He cleared it. The timing was perfection. What do we have here at the long side? NEKIZ just leaves back. Setting to rotate. coldzera saying, I've got this. Trust in me. I will deliver the goods, and I can't blame him. Smoke along. He is playing retake. Okay, this is like the best case scenario for Cloud9, given where they are. They can get a bomb plant with this setup. It's going to be a run boost through. He hits head. No, it's perfect. Footsteps made. Rotate should be summoned. 20 seconds to stick this bomb.
Legacy have felt fine leaving this down to the wire in the retakes, though. Oh, spam connects. coldzera tapping back with the USP. But Legacy still a man up here, and then they've not been bothered waiting for these smokes in the past, so they're going to do that again. They don't want to give anything away for free in this 3v2 retake. You want to punish every kill that Cloud9 get. Two out through the bank. NEKIZ deals with that first man in. Axile running low on ammo. Gonna do it with the Tech-9, and he can't finish the job. NEKIZ runs him down and keeps that round in check for Legacy.
That setup felt perfect. The spray was beautiful for Axel. 2 headshot angle kills coming out of the bank, but it's the pistol and the bottom fragger of Legacy to lift them up and win that round, stop that clutch, kill Axel in his tracks. 8-3 now, and no more excuses on T-side overpass. Cloud9 have had chances, they've had opportunities, they've had powerful post-plant positions, they have converted almost none of them. Legacy are playing lights out. They're so confident. They're making the perfect moves again in short water. This is like the 3rd time Dumal's done this.
He just gets here every time.
Cloud9 have no idea. They've got to check it.
Surely, right? That's what you're telling yourselves. Surely they've got to, but they haven't so far. Feels like because of that run boost, it's just like throwing the timings off. They always think they have the real estate. But that's not even the guy you thought you would get. Electronic. This guy's like famed for his walkouts through Monster. He's often so good here at walking in dry and finding impact, but this round there's none of it. The util keeps him at bay. And as Perfecto moves in alongside him, reality is dawning upon Cloud9. 3 is looking like all they get. Unless Electronic can do something down here at lower. Bomb retrieved in the meantime. Perfecto goes back to grab it.
Aggro. Are they going to push? Will it be together? Right now, re-aggressing just one player. He sees the barrel. He's got the kill. Easy peasy. Bomb is late, and it will find nothing. Legacy writing exactly that. 9-3 against 4 major winners on Cloud9. Manny Screen has 2 in his cabinet already. And this is a team that no one expected to cause any commotion here in Copenhagen. Not only a win in their pocket, but looking to take down one of the top dogs of the opening stage.
Yeah, and they haven't looked stressed at all, have they? I mean, you know, outside of a couple of rounds, I mean, think about it. Like, one of the 3 rounds that Cloud9 have was a 10 alive to just outposition the opponents on a kind of weird, you know, quasi-buy for the side of Legacy, where they were just so far removed, they couldn't justify going for the retake. So there's like 1 gifted round in there. The other 2 were HObbit single-handedly winning rounds for Cloud9. They've had nothing to go on here. Legacy, meanwhile, they've looked very composed. They've not felt stressed in these retakes. They've been willing to kind of play into the late stages of the clock and steal rounds away. I don't know, this is night and day between these teams right now. And sure, you know, there's always a world where CT side, you dust yourself off, you kind of get back on the horse and you look good, but
now or never.
You have to win this pistol. You have to win this pistol if you're Cloud9.
Gamble going the wrong way right now. We got Legacy lining up and execute on this B-bomb site. Smokes go in. HObbit with a flash, poised from the heavens. Out it goes. Good shot. Perfecto finds first blood. The Julies come hunting, gunning. Perfecto finding every kill. Forget the Julies. All you need is 1. And it's perfection in this pistol round. Can he close it? Cloud9 swing together. There's Electronic. And coldzera, he has been unbeatable in this map, but finally a step too far.
They'll swing him together. They lock coldzera out of it. And so that pistol that they had to win, they will. Cloud9, can this be their second win? They successfully lock out the B play without Legacy even making a dent.
Yeah, Legacy can't get ahead of themselves, that's for sure, right? It has been overall unimpressive from Cloud9, but that's... You'd be silly to neglect the skill on this roster and the experience. And that's without taking into account the effect that CT side overpass will have on this game. Legacy are going to have to work hard for it. No bomb plant, they still B-rush. It's anti-meta, it's the last thing Cloud9 expect. No Molotov in the monster, look how much room they've got. Yeah, they've been given so much room here. Will that be the gift they were looking for? Propelled into the site, they've spotted Electronic. Playing around the bridge smoke, they start to spam him now.
Pressure being applied. No plan yet as Molly's raining from the heavens, but all the kills are coming up for Legacy. HObbit tries to creep in. HObbit tries to be the hero, but he's cut down, and it's just Boomich left standing. This force buy for Legacy against the grain. Not what you're used to seeing without the bomb plant, but it's worked out wonders for them.
And that's exactly why it's worked out, because it's the last thing Cloud9 expect. You expect some respect in this game. Look at the names on Cloud9. You wouldn't force by Tech9 armor and go for just a one flash pop into B. That's insulting. That's a middle finger from Legacy. And as a result, Cloud9 are not prepared and they pay the price. 10 rounds for the Brazilians.
What did Cloud9 do now? I mean, we said, you know, the way back in was winning the pistol. They did that. And then they fall down to the force. They're not even going to be bringing guns out. If they force in this next one and then they lose, the game gets away from them. So, like, what do you do here?
Oh, you're cooked.
Even the decision you're left with is horrible.
My, oh my.
And, you know, one of the things you've been talking about is, like, you know, the majors, both of these teams possessed a number of wins. And I think, you know, yeah, Cold. The thing about that conversation is, you know, those majors were a long while ago, you know, like past his kind of peak as far as it looked like. That was over half a decade ago now.
Yeah.
And so, you know, these aren't the sort of numbers you were used to seeing out of coldzera for the longest time. That's why it's so sick. That's why this Legacy squad looking lights out is such a romantic idea.
And it's not just him, even though he's had phenomenal impact on this map specifically, but the numbers are matched by Partin. Dumal's right there. NEKIZ has put together even a great call there on that T side.
And Latto was the guy popping off back in that Furia game.
Yeah,
it's this mixture of, you know, new and old. And even then, you're kind of hesitant to call the rest of those Legacy members new, right?
Sure, but, you know, that's the conversation with all these Brazilian teams. We said in the last game, Harry, this is the most represented country at the major. And when we looked at the Rio Major, it was Brazilian teams going 0-3 in the opening stage, right? It was Zero Nation falling early. It was Imperial disappearing in front of our eyes. But now, this shuffle, this combination of old and new, well, it's talking the talk, it's walking the walk, and right now it's looking to upset Cloud9. They almost took down Heroic as well, Imperial. It did take down Ents. What a day for Brazilian CS.
HObbit dies immediately, but this is all a fake over towards the top site, and how devastating for Cloud9 because they've fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Gotta go.
They're going to wait for that molly. As usual, fine, leaving this to the late stages of the round. They get past Perfecto. You won't have time to do a lot of clearing here if you're Legacy. You need to get that bomb in. So Latto's going to try facilitate the plant here with short smoke. He feels all right, but Boomich, he'll want to come through this. He'll want to fight to deny that plant. You can win this right now on one kill, and they'll manage it. Robbing that round from Legacy on the low buy, a round that they had to win if they wanted to keep this dream alive. And so they've at least managed that on the side of Cloud9.
Okay,
it's back and forth. It's tit for tat to open this one up.
The pendulum swings, Harry. There is no guarantee yet, is there? Even though it felt like that might have been enough for Legacy on a force buy, Cloud9 say we can do it too. coldzera felt like his luck was about to win the round, but jumping through the smoke to stop the bomb, that's exactly what Cloud9 needed with seconds to spare. Oh, this is uncomfortable. This is sweaty. This is tense. And this is finally the first timeout called by Legacy in this game. Doesn't that speak to how they've been feeling in this match? The game plan has gone perfectly until now. But, I mean, these KDs are just disgusting. Avert your eyes. It's the HObbit show. Some of the stars of Cloud9 obscured in the sky.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's uncomfortable, right? Like, the guy who wasn't really meant to be your star is, like, your best player. All the guys who are meant to be stars are, like, mid.
It's being nice. 4
yeah,
and 12.
You know, I think... optimistic, I'll say. And maybe there's still a recovery yet. But once again, Legacy go back into a fast B play, and look at this. They've already snuck all the way in through short. That kill is free. Electronic with the reply, with the response. Finally, something out of Dennis over here towards Monster. 3 quick kills from the man. And that's kept Cloud9 in this round after all.
Okay, they want to get cooking. They don't want to just commit. Even though triple entry into B, you feel like you have the bomb site. It was so early in the round, but they'd rather just spread it out and look elsewhere. They weren't together. Cold feels like running through Monster is risking too much. What if a player's heaven? But now you look at those KDs, Harry, and you compare the numbers. 4 and 2 on these two Cloud9 players, 11 and 17 for Legacy. All of that must be forgotten. Cloud9 need this round. They're going to group, they're going to read this about as rightly as they could. Re-clearing the A site. Brightest Legacy set up. And poised for trades as well. This is nice stuff for Cloud9. I don't know if Legacy will feel confident enough to plant for the bathrooms with so little info. They might have to go hunting for this frag. Will Axel give it away?
Oh my God, they just missed the timing. They just cleared it. They just think they cleared the site. They didn't. And now Legacy are giving chase to them. This is madness. They're set up in the bank. You can plant for CT. Yeah. coldzera has got the line now. And Cloud9, that check being a millisecond too late, might have just thrown them through a loop. coldzera, right place, right time. As he puts up a second, it's all left onto Boomich. Catches Dumao with his back turned, but he's got to get past Cold. He's got to get past the Cold with hot hands. And Sadink on the first peak. Boomich, now's the time. The test gives chase, and Boomich will secure the round for Cloud9. coldzera's eagerness is his downfall there. As he tries to chase down Boomich. He pushes tab. He sees who's alive. It's a guy with 2 kills.
Oh, jumping the gun there a little bit, right? That smoke definitely puts the fear in you. That's why he's so aggressive. He never wants him to get a chance to even tap that bomb, let alone stick it. But perfect flashbang for Boomich and Cold cut down. Rise, you felt like, as you said, Legacy made the perfect timing play. It couldn't have been better after Cloud9 cleared the site. But they still win it, don't they? 6-10. Buying back. Desperate here. It's worked before. Axel and Connector this time has something to say. Short-lived. 4-on-3 as Boomich's orb makes its first appearance in the map in round 17.
Couldn't tell you what he lined up with there.
The Rock.
Yeah, sure.
But that smoke means nothing, this fake means nothing, and Cloud9 now have to rotate players B. It's too obvious, right? Heaven's or A-side smoke for Monster, I presume, and down it comes. So Legacy cordoned off right as the execute was about to come through. It's a nice mid-round move for Cloud9. They have all the information. It's forcing Legacy out water instead.
Or even pushing back into the site. This is really nice, right? Before, they didn't have the resources down here to fight from within the B site. Might not matter as Dumao opens, but they can't get past Perfecto.
Where was Latto?
Just a little too late to the party, really. And now, bomb dropped in the smoke, a 1v3 on his plate. It's a big ask. Perfecto, he hears him down in the water. Latto goes looking for this kill, but Perfecto is not willing to give it up. 3 kills in the round from Perfecto. He starts this half looking great in the pistol. He's finding his footing a little bit more in some of these rounds. And so Cloud9 are slowly but surely waking up.
Yeah, this is definitely one of Perfecto's better CT sides, and better anchor positions, B site overpass. So it's reassuring to see. He did it in the pistol with a big 3K. He's done it again in a crucial round where he's on his own at the back of the site. So Cloud9, okay. You know, we love to hate, but they're fielding something here on this CT side. Some very tight rounds, but squeezing some juice out of them. Axel aggressive again. It's only Glocks. Make it quick, make it easy. Make that money. Oh. Yeah.
All right, bit of an MP9 montage over in mid. Love that for Axel. Had a very troublesome time at the start of this map. Slowly but surely, that supporting cast around HObbit has arrived. Right now you have Electronic up there alongside him. Perfecto in there as well. Axel and Boomich only got their first kills in the map in the late stages of the first half.
True. Keep 5 alive, please. Oh my god, that's a despicable kill. But no more, not today, not on my watch, says Axile. 8 rounds for Cloud9. They sit very close to the Legacy 10.
Yeah, and this is starting to hurt for Legacy. They've certainly had chances, much akin to Cloud9 in that first half. You've had these moments, and I think Legacy, they haven't had as many, but the spots they've been in, they probably feel like they should have won this game already, right? Really, I'm talking about that round where Cold and Co push into bank, and it feels like they've hit the perfect timing. They can't dwell on that now, but you will be left with this inescapable feeling that if just one of those rounds had gone different, this would have been a done deal already.
Yeah, they close that 1v1. Feel like Cloud9 are dead in the water. Like last game, if DCT didn't jump Cat Harry, what would have happened?
Yeah.
Would have been GG. Those little micro decisions that feel inconsequential in the moment can cost you entire tournaments. HObbit, one of the most experienced men in the server, finds his opening kill and he's afforded the room out. Even takes the orb. Bogdan. Nothing more. Not a new role. Flash for Exile. Good timing there. Blind. Oh, it's ugly. It's really ugly. It is disgusting.
Oh. Get the MP9 back out, man.
Oh, dear.
That is rough. Okay, you hope that that's not the undoing of anything in this round, right? At the end of the day, you're still in the 4-on-4, you tell yourself. You got some info, but now you lose HObbit up in the toilets. Boomich, last defender up on towards this top site. Cloud9 still with 2 down on B. And Legacy, they see it. They've still got 40 seconds left to make their mind up. They're not dedicated either which way. Cloud9 are taking a gamble. Yeah. They're bringing everyone down lower.
Save or commit. Either way, they do it together. Right.
Even though they hear that smoke over on A, they're so dedicated here that would have never changed their mind. All that means is that NEKIZ won't even be involved in the B play. So his teammates are walking into a 3-on-3 right now. An even odds bout in a round that felt like Legacy had it in the bag. They go right into Perfecto.
10, 9,
coldzera
8.
running with the bomb.
No.
There's just not time for this. NEKIZ out in heaven. Nothing to say in the round as Cloud9's gamble comes up top trumps down at lower.
And again, it's all Perfecto. 3 players sure, but he puts on the only 2 kills that matter. They'll win the round. They'll force that bomb to save, and Legacy kicking themselves, an opportunity thwarted. Cloud9 threw it away with Axel missing his spray on long, with HObbit's orb removed in the toilets. And you can't really blame them. It is a gamble for Cloud9. It's not like Legacy made a blinding error. They didn't want that bomb to rotate. Maybe NEKIZ could have been with them, but he was set up to win the round, a round that never should have been so easy for Cloud9. Okay, you can feel the cracks showing now. It's not even a buy around these guns, just relying on the 2 bottom performance of Legacy to carry them through this eco round. Feels like an unfounded claim. Cloud9, 2 on A. Info on short.
I mean, you felt like this is one of these rounds where at least you're going to have the follow through, right? In some of these moments, they've actually kind of outbrained themselves of Legacy, right? And I think it's because the slower, stripped back style was helping them a lot early on. But in rounds like this, you have less to lose, more to gain. coldzera, bit of gumption, bit of follow through, double from Axile, and now he's getting flanked in from long. Got to be ready for this, but he's looking good, and NEKIZ with the response. 2v2. Smoke in the sight. Dumao looks for the bomb plant. They try to deny it and they succeed. NEKIZ locked out. And so even as Legacy get those kills to send them in, they can't get past Axile. He buys time for the rotates. And this one, now it's a tie game. Cloud9 are believing all over again here.
Excellent call to rotate for Cloud9. There was no doubt in that decision. We've seen those rounds where, you know, you get 3 entries and then Cold cools it off and they go back and they mid-round it. Not today for Legacy. They know they can't afford to mess up that situation. 3 entries, we're going to take that space. And Cloud9 are already there. Very confident rotation. And they win the ante. They always meant to. But Legacy made it interesting. 20 and 9 on coldzera. Cloud9 level the playing field. Remember how dominant this game once was. It was 9-3, Cloud9 won pistol, but then Legacy picked up a force buy, and the game felt as good as done. It's been these low economy battles that have made the biggest difference in this map. But now full gun rounds will decide for 11.
It's a good thing that flash worked, because Electronic and Perfecto just jumped into each other and got stuck in the opener monster.
Well, Legacy overcall this round.
Once again, you know, they're leaving a lot of options open here, right? That's one thing they've been very keen on, is going for these kind of rotates in the mid-round. They're trying to push and pull Cloud9 around the map. But they're going to need someone somewhere to apply a bit of pressure, because right now they've had 3 players over on A, holding for any sort of aggro, waiting to see if they're fed anything. But it's not even like Cloud9 are aware of that. They've not seen a single Legacy player.
Again, the right rotation. HObbit's come up.
Dumao, this could be the moment. Oh, instead, Electronic further off the angle. Gonna get the drop on Dumao.
Still 3A. Not for long, though. Oh, HObbit doubles back. Can this one player at B do enough? They're calling them back to hit the B bomb site. There's only 15 seconds.
This is so... They've been fine playing it to the extremities of the clock, but as we've gone deeper in this game, it's really started to betray them. Last time, 1 kill was all it took for Cloud9 to win the round. They deal with Barton, but Cold will get that bomb planted at least. This is going to be Legacy's final stand here. coldzera whittled down and finished off as Cloud9 overwhelm the B site and now take the lead.
It's absolutely desperate in this game from Legacy. They are feeling the pressure, they are feeling the burn, and they are indecisive at 20 seconds on the clock. They don't know what site to hit. Both of them are covered in opponents, and they can't even close advantages when they've had them. Cloud9 have performed the comeback. They've taken the lead. My, oh my, this was 9-4, 10-4, sorry, for Legacy. 7, 8 rounds in a row. 7 rounds for Cloud9. Numbers not the strong suit, but right now they're putting them on the board.
I mean, you know, Boomich might not be blowing your mind in terms of what he's bringing individually, but you have to say that the gambles, some of the stacks, some of these calls, the way that he's been able to read Legacy on this CT side has been fantastic. And, you know, one of the big questions there was, could he do that when you're so far down, when you're so on the back foot? Your individuals have looked kind of shaky to open up the map. Sometimes even if you had the right read or the right idea, you just couldn't get the kills to make it happen. But the longer this has gone on, the better it's all looked.
Yeah, rotates have been the best aspect of the CT side. Legacy have never walked into an empty bomb site other than that 2-on-2. And even then, that's cutting it close. It has always been a stack for Cloud9. Felt like 3 players every single time. Can Legacy just keep this a little more simple, a little more explosive?
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to get, right? This has got like the similar vibe, the similar start to when they approached this top site with just Tech9s and like 1 gun.
They almost won it.
They wanted to go for a bit of follow through there, and coldzera got that great opener, but then it gets locked out by Axar.
And look at the setup in this round. Cloud9 a triple monster at the start, so the sooner Legacy go, the better this play is going to look. That's a nice block on short side. Boomich is jumping, Axar's on his own. If Legacy make this call after this smoke and commit into A, this might be their best bet yet.
Smoke's going to start to fade now. Axar up close, was able to repel the A play last time, but this time it's just the one and done. Boomich has not been required to offer much individually on this CT side, but this is a moment where he's got to hold his own. The AWP finds the first, tries going back in for more, and Latto will deal with him. 3-on-3, Legacy are following through on the top side play, but they don't get past HObbit. Not right away. Electronic able to lock them down, and Latto left in this one all alone as Cloud9 scramble in a second man, and he can't get past Perfecto. Cloud9 match point from 4-10 down. They've embarked on an 8-round streak to get here, and they're just 5 kills away from going up 2-0.
Phenomenal recovery for Cloud9. The grit, the determination, the belief It was all there, even with some, pretty horrendous mistakes of their own, some ugly whiff sprays. The two weakest players are on this top site right now, and still Cloud9 are pulling up rounds on A defense. Solid rotates, hype from Boomich here, as Cloud9 can taste victory. All Legacy can taste is desperation. Spam through the B side. It's going to find NEKIZ early. They want that AK out of there as well. They know that might be the only one. That's a desperate move for NEKIZ to run an AK into Monster. 4 Galils now for Legacy. The dream.
Axel's had some big whiffs here, but he's also had moments of brilliance, and this is going to be the latto. Double kill, locked in at the top of Con. Legacy, I think they've had this feeling for a while. The game was in their hands. It was theirs for the taking. And that somehow they've managed to let it get away from them. Cloud9 embodying that it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish here.
Absolutely.
And they are finishing strong.
No way out of this one. Dumao down with the bomb. Latto up top. And Dumao's about to lose exactly that as Legacy rely on one player and an impossibility. Cloud9 from all the way down, backs against the wall, stand tall and pick themselves up. They will take this game. They will sit 2-0 up, and only a single best of 3 from that elimination stage.
Indeed. We're right.